It started with Matthew Boling standing nearly dead last, with one lap to close the impossible, and a stadium that had already given up on Straight Jesuit. In 2019, a video hit the internet and broke it. A high school kid from Houston, Texas, ran a wind-aided 9.98 seconds in the 100-meter dash. That time was faster than most professional Olympic athletes will ever run in their entire careers. His name was Matthew Boling. People called him White Lightning. Within 24 hours, he was the most talked-about track athlete in America. He was not just a sprinter. That same year, he recorded the best high school long jump in the nation in 10 years. He anchored relay teams to state victories, and he won gold medals at the 2019 Pan American U20 Championships in the 100 meters, 200 meters, 4x100 relay, and 4x400 relay. All four events, setting world under-20 records for Team USA. He was 18 years old. Usain Bolt, the fastest man in history, saw the video and commented on it publicly. He chose the University of Georgia, one of the best track programs in the world. Before he ever stepped on a college track, Boling gave the state of Texas a moment people still talk about today. The Yale 6A State Championship 4x400 relay. 4 of the top 7 relay teams in the entire country were in that one race. DeSoto was ranked 2nd in the nation. Klein Forest was ranked 5th. Straight Jesuit was ranked 6th. Garland Rowlett was ranked 7th. These were not just good high school teams, they were the best relay programs in America, all running on the same day in the same heat. Straight Jesuit won the race. Boling's unofficial split was clocked at around 44.73 seconds. Some timers had it even faster. His coach unofficially put him at 44.73, almost a full second faster than any other anchor leg in that race. For full context, that split would have been the fastest relay anchor in US high school history. His 9.98 was wind-aided, so it did not count as an official record. Critics used that fact immediately to dismiss him. Then in the 2022 indoor 200-meter final, Boling stepped out of his lane and was disqualified. Not because he lacked the speed. Because he was running so tight, so wound up from the weight of expectations, that his body physically stopped listening to him mid-race. That was the lowest public moment of his career. But it was also the moment everything changed. 7 days after that disqualification, Boling ran the 100 meters in 9.98 seconds. Official time, legal wind, real and on the record. The first time he had broken the 10-second barrier in a fully legal competition. 1 week later, at the 2022 Georgia Tech Invitational, he ran the 200 meters in 19.92 seconds, into a headwind of negative 0.9 meters per second. That time put him 3rd in the world at that point in the 2022 season. He was tied with Christian Coleman. Only Fred Kerley and Michael Norman were ahead of him. And for the first time watching a Boling race, something looked different. His eyes were open. His face was calm. He was not fighting himself anymore. Sprinting coaches who study mechanics for a living pointed it out directly. Relaxing while running opens new doors to faster times. Boling had finally walked through that door. Fred Kerley, one of the best sprinters on the planet, went on social media after that race and talked about Boling specifically. He left Georgia, moved to South Carolina, and trained under a new coach. He shifted his main focus to the 400 meters, the event where his biggest physical strength, holding top speed longer than almost any other runner, could do the most damage over a full lap. In 2023, Boling ran on the US mixed 4x400 relay team at the World Athletics Championships. They broke the world record. At that same championships, he won 2 gold medals as a relay member. In 2024, he helped the US men's 4x400 team win silver at the World Athletics Indoor Championships. He ran a personal best of 44.58 in the open 400 meters at the US Olympic Trials. He is also one of only 2 athletes in history to officially run sub-10 in the 100 meters, sub-20 in the 200 meters, and break 8 meters in the long jump. The only other person to do it is Carl Lewis. That race was not just the most unbelievable relay comeback in high school history, it was the blueprint for everything that came after it. Every time critics wrote Boling off, he closed the gap. Every time the hype became too heavy, he found a way to run out from under it. The wind-aided 9.98 in high school became a world record relay team.
Gabby Thomas won 3 Olympic gold medals in the summer of 2024. Then, an Achilles injury wiped out her entire 2025 season. Most athletes play it safe after that. Gabby booked 3 races across Ethiopia, Kenya, and Botswana in just 10 days. Her first time competing on African soil in her entire career. What she is actually building toward will completely change how you see this comeback. At the 2024 Paris Olympics, Gabby Thomas did not just compete. She took over the entire games. She won the 200 meters in 21.82 seconds. She ran legs in both the 4x100 and 4x400 relay teams. 3 gold medals from 1 games. No American sprinter had a better summer. She left Paris as the second fastest woman in history over 200 meters, sitting behind only Florence Griffith Joyner. That was her peak. And then May 2025 arrived and changed everything. The Achilles injury started small. Gabby kept pushing through the pain the way great athletes always try to do. At the USA Championships, she fought all the way to the finish line and placed 3rd in the 200 meters by just 1/1000th of a second. That tiny margin kept her spot on the World Championships team. Barely. But the injury kept getting worse through July. 2 weeks before the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo, she made the call and pulled out. She said she came to the realization that it was okay to be human. For the woman who just swept 3 gold medals in Paris, that statement cost something real. Tokyo went on without her. And here is the part that matters most. 8 months of rehab. 8 months of questions about whether her Achilles would ever hold under full sprint pressure again. April 7, 2026. Texas Relays in Austin. Gabby steps onto a track for the first time since the USA Championships. She runs the 100 meters. She wins. Her time is 11.0 seconds flat. That ties her personal best in the 100 meters. Not a slow and careful first race back. A personal best on the very first day. Then she came back the same day and ran a leg in the 4x400 relay. 2 events. First day back in competition. After the race, Gabby said she still had a lot of work to do this season. She ran a personal best and told everyone she still had more to give. That alone tells you exactly what kind of mindset she is carrying right now. 1 week after Texas, Gabby posted a schedule that sent shockwaves through the athletics world. 3 races, 3 countries, 10 days. April 18, the Addis Ababa Grand Prix in Ethiopia. April 24, the Kipkeino Classic in Nairobi, Kenya. April 26, the Botswana Golden Grand Prix in Gaborone. Her first time competing on the African continent in her entire career. No other American sprint star at her level has ever attempted a schedule like this. Especially not 8 months after Achilles surgery, with just 1 race behind them. Most fans assume altitude helps all runners the same way. It does not. Distance runners train in Kenya and Ethiopia, on purpose, because thin air forces the body to produce more red blood cells. Those red blood cells carry more oxygen. When distance runners come back down to sea level, their bodies are supercharged. That is why Kenyan and Ethiopian marathon runners are almost impossible to beat. Remember what was said earlier. Jefferson Wooden won the 200-meter world title in Tokyo, while Gabby recovered at home. That race has no clean ending yet. Jefferson Wooden holds the World Championship gold. Gabby holds the Olympic gold. Their rivalry is one of the most unfinished stories in the sport right now. And while Jefferson Wooden works through the traditional European circuit, Gabby is stress testing herself in conditions that nobody in sprinting would dare touch. That gap in preparation strategy is not an accident. 2026 is the only year between now and the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics, with no Olympics and no traditional World Athletics Championships on the schedule. No global title is at stake this year. That makes 2026 the exact right time to push limits, test new events, and find out what the body can truly handle under pressure. Gabby has already made clear she plans to race more 100-meter events. and more 400-meter events this season. The 400 meters is not new ground for her. At the Grand Slam track meet in Kingston, Jamaica, she ran 49.14 seconds in the 400 meters, a personal best that put her in the all-time American conversation. She later improved that to 49.01 seconds. She is not simply returning. She is building a completely different version of herself before the season peaks. The truth every Gabby Thomas fan needs to hear is simple. She is not easing back in. She is not protecting her image. She is not waiting for perfect weather or perfect conditions. She is taking a risk that most athletes at her level would never touch after serious Achilles surgery. Julian Alfred ran 21.71 seconds in the 200 meters in London in July 2025 into a headwind and broke the world record. The bar in Gabby's best event has been raised higher than it has ever been. She knows exactly what the standard now looks like. She is not in Africa to mark time.